Were you guys just talking about Charity? I was just going to drop this stuff off and run over and see her.
I'll go with you, Mrs. Bennett.
But, Mom, what good is it going to do to be there if she's still sleeping?
You know, Kay is right. And there's nothing that you or Miguel can do tonight for Charity. And the longer that she sleeps, the better chance she has of getting her memory back.
And that's what we're all praying for.
Definitely.
Besides, Grace, you can't leave. I can't wait to see what you dug out of your closets for the sale.
Oh, nice. This is Tabitha's box, actually.
Cool.
Well, still, you know, it was really nice of her to part with her stuff. Like, put it down here for now.
Yeah. I think I'll stick with the items in this box.
That is beautiful. Who donated that?
Who else? Ivy Crane.
Hello, Sam. Anybody home?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
You were a million miles away. What were you thinking of?
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Shouldn't we start unpacking these boxes?
Yeah.
You're not donating this, are you? I love you in this dress.
You mean you loved me in this dress? I haven't worn it in years. It doesn't look good on me anymore. Besides, it really pales compared to Ivy's dresses.
Not with you in it. You know, you get more and more beautiful every single day.
Every day.
I thought this was our...
He is such a worker.
And don't you dare tell TC, but I am so glad for an excuse to get rid of some of his old things. He'd never part with them on his own.
Why do you think I came up with this flea market idea?
Well, I hid this because I don't want TC to see it. He'd probably take it back.
His favorite.
You would think he flew fighter pilot missions in this jacket. He's so attached to it. He doesn't even fit it anymore. I bet he never even misses it. Who are you looking for?
Well, I know it's silly, but I'm hoping my co-chairperson might show up.
Ivy Crane. The closest she is going to get to here is that dress of hers.
I know, but wouldn't you just love to meet her once? I mean, she's one of the most famous women in the world. She lives right here in Harmony. Only time I've ever seen her is when she's handing over a check to the mayor at the annual carnival.
Oh, well, that's plenty enough if you ask me.
Don't you wonder what Ivy Crane is really like? I mean, I don't even know anyone who knows her. Julian Crane just walked in with her. Isn't she beautiful?
She's very pretty.
I feel so matronly around women like Ivy Crane.
Grace, if we had the time or the money that woman has to spend on herself, we could look every bit as chic and sophisticated. Anyway, I think we look pretty good. You better say you agree.
Oh, of course, I agree. I agree.
And do all your ogling fast, because I'm sure they'll just be here a few minutes and they'll take off.
That's such a shame. You know, I bet Ivy and Julian Crane are just nice, normal people like everyone else in this town. Once you get to know them.
Well, this is it for the donations. Cute. Well, I don't see any reason for us to stick around, Grace.
Sam, we can't leave now. The Cranes are here, and I am dying to meet Ivy. And you know her, don't you?
Know her?
Yeah, from when you had to go to the mansion for your meeting with Julian Crane.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, what I wouldn't give for a formal introduction to Ivy Crane. You know, instead of just being a face in the crowd.
Looks like you're about to get your wish, Grace.
Sam.
Please, Chief Bennett and his lovely wife are the ones we can thank for this splendid turn.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, but I can't give me any credit. My wife is the one who did all the work. Grace, this is Ivy Crane.
So, you're Sam's wife. I didn't mean to be so familiar, Chief Bennett. I only called your husband by his first name because he was so nice when he was at our house the other night.
Well, I'm sure Sam doesn't mind. Do you, honey?
Of course not. There's no reason why we all shouldn't be on a first-name basis.
Wonderful. I couldn't agree more. Don't you, Julian?
Certainly.
By the way, Those hats look much better on you two than they ever did on me.
I forgot I had this on.
But thank you for your generous donations, Mrs. Ivy.
Well, it's the very least I could do. Grace, I was very sorry to hear about the tragic fire at your sister's house in Castleton. How's your niece doing?
It's slow going, but she's coming along. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it. Grace, I was wondering if you had some time, could you show me around? I should know where everything is, but I'm afraid I've been remiss as your co-chair.
No, not at all. I would love to give you a tour. Why don't we start in the other room?
Wonderful.
I think this is going to be our biggest year ever.
Pilar, hello.
Mrs. Crane. Hi, Grace. Looks like a wonderful turnout.
I was just telling Ivy it's our best yet. And thank you so much for your help tonight.
Oh, you're welcome.
Pilar, don't I recognize this cake?
Yes, Mrs. Crane, that's the one you had your cook send over.
Oh, and who baked all the rest?
Well, Grace did most of the baking herself.
Oh, well, how lovely that you still bake.
Ladies, I need to borrow my wife. I seem to have mixed up a couple of the boxes.
Can we excuse us, Ivy?
Of course.